Couldn't believe it had been a year since I'd arrived in Panama, but now it was time to leave. Time to have a few drinks with some friends, force the last few pizzas and burgers down my neck, and say goodbye. I'd enjoyed the city, but it was time to go. Not far from where I was anchored at Balboa Yacht Club, Nika had her boat out of the water, so I went to say hello, see how she was doing. Unfortunately, she'd had to haul Carl out of the water with a few problems and needed to get them fixed. I had a little mooch around. I do love the atmosphere that you find in boatyards, although you don't really need to be in one if you can help it. Meanwhile, back at the anchorage, the weather had got worse. I actually ended up dragging anchor in this awful weather, nearly hitting the boat behind, and had to get her all sorted out in double quick time. On the next day that it was nice, I decided I was going to leave, and I'd actually go around the corner to Balboa Yacht Club where Nika was moored, this is it, and sit next to Carl, who's now back in the water. It's evening time-ish. That is the Bridge of Americas right over there. It crosses the end of the Panama Canal. I'm actually berthed at the famous Balboa Yacht Club. Nika's been doing a bit of shopping and she's bringing back some beer for me, which is very nice of her. Still gonna have to pay for it though. Makes a change to be on a mooring. I don't have to worry about the anchor. It's interesting to have these two boats together like this. Shadi here and Carl over there. Reason I'm here on this particular mooring is that it's a good place to be to provision the boat. Because we've been having some bad weather. You can see there's a bit of swell at the moment, but not too bad here. On the other side where I was, it was really nasty. To the point that I actually dragged anchor yesterday, and it scared the crap out of me. I managed to get it all back together, but I was pretty close to hitting another boat, and it was all a bit horrible. It involves an awful lot of physical effort, like pulling the anchor up super quick, running back, altering angle, going up on the anchor, pulling it out again. I felt bloody ill after I'd done it, I gotta say, and it's been a bit of a worry for me. Oh, looky here! I was just sitting on my boat and the girl brought me some beers.
Hey,
holy crap!
Beer delivery! Somebody ordered some drinks!
Hey guys! Oh, that's great. Just put them on the. I'll put them on the boat. Yeah. Cervezas. The good thing about Balboa Yacht Club, even though you have to be on a mooring, is that they run a free taxi service for the yachties, which is ideal for us to stock up the boats ready for the next part of the adventure. So the next day, I went ashore using the taxi service to hook up with some old friends I haven't seen for quite a while. Last time I saw them, I think I was in Curacao. Look at that! Look who's here! Don't go too far with that. We had a brilliant evening. It was so nice to run into Mateus and Ulrika from the boat Bella. Last time I saw them, I think it was in Curacao. Meanwhile, back at the moorings, the guys are about to go. Simon is on board with Nika. He's crewing with her for a while. They were going to take the boat alongside for fuel and water, and I was leaving straight away, and we were both going to head to the Perlas Islands. Bit of a momentous day. I've just checked out of Panama. I'm no longer officially in Panama, and I've been trying to get away now for anyway, so finally out of the country, but we're not actually out of the country. We're at Tobago Island, this time at a different anchorage to where I was before. Thanks to my mate Nika back here. I was going to spend the night in a little anchorage down there all sheltered, but she said no, we have to go to Tobago Island. It's blowing like heck. Yeah, so, and it's a very deep anchorage here. I think I'm in 17 meters, which is deep. So I got all my chain out and it's blowing. And Nika's just coming in now. She was coming in under full sail. I said, get that sail down before you get in here. It's blowy. Anyway, so here we are, all fun. That's streaking across the water now a bit. It's blowing in that gap over there you can see. Up the mountains, across that beach, and to poor old Shadi here. I'm just watching Nika now. She's got crew with her, Simon,
who's with her for a few weeks or whatever, and yeah, they're coming in now, so they're two-handed. It's a little bit easier for them. She's looking around way downwind of me. It's actually darker than it looks at the moment. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's lovely. I'm gonna have a beer. The hell with it. Yes, back at sea again. Not sailing exactly, but the engine's going. Stayed a night last night at Taboga Island, which is very nice, a different anchorage than I normally used to stay in, which it was a bit lumpy, but it calmed down, and it was a long night. I was awake most of the night checking the anchor. But anyway, rested this morning. Took a dive down and checked the bottom of the boat, which is covered in lots of nasty growth. So going up the coast here to a little place I've not been to. Nika from White Spot Pirates is behind me on her boat Carl with her friend Simon, and then there's Maria, you probably know her as well, from her boat Joanna. She's coming in from the other direction. So, and there's a few others. We're calling it the Gypsy Fleet. The Gypsy Fleet is assembling in this little bay up here. Hopefully the weather's going to be good to allow us to sort of get on different boats and meet people and say hi. Up till now we've had current or wind, so we've all had to sort of stay on our own boats, but everybody, this is the first time we're all going to be in one place at the same time. And I've got my sunshade up, but the sun's gone in and it looks like there's a squally squall coming. Yeah, squally squall. There's a bare pole up there. I'm jealous, the guys are actually sailing. Maybe I should have done. It's actually over 10 miles, so I should have put the mainsail up. But I don't know, these short hops, it's a lot of work for one person to do it with this rig. So unless I'm going a long way, I've just been lazy. But I'm looking at, they're doing a great job. Coming into a beautiful little bay, doing some wind stuff over there, wind sailing, and there's fishing down this end and a little village. The other side of the bay is huge. The guys are up there. I think I pooed myself twice. I pooed my pants twice coming into here, because I don't actually have a chart for this area. I have a very basic thing on Navionics that just shows a blob of land and a blob of sea and some sandbars and things. So I'm watching the depths very carefully. There was a huge old big sandbar back there. Loads of pelicans fishing. There's like a big upwelling. Fish come, loads of fishermen there with their boats. So that was always a warning. I'm like, whoa, keep well clear of that. So I'm coming up to the guys now. Going to drop anchor, and then you can guess what's going to happen after that. I deserve it, and I need a beer now. Here's my friend Maria on her boat, Joanna. I think that's her father up the rigging. These guys sailed it in. They sailed it in.
With Maria having the biggest boat, Joanna, it was only natural that we all congregated there for our evening's entertainment. The girls made some splendid food, I played some songs, and a good time was had by all. By next morning the weather had improved. Although still grey, it did afford some beautiful views of the bay. John Wayne used to own this island. By hell I did. And I think he used it for vacations. A bit misty and rainy still, but time for me to set off. The plan was to head out and stay on another island a little further down the way before the following day, setting off again for 40 miles across to the Perlis Islands. It's great to be out at sea sailing again, and boy has it been some time since I've done that. Can safely say we're away from the Panamanian coast. Stayed at behind a little headland over there last night with a bunch of the other guys. I think there were 4 or 5 of us, 5 boats I think,
Spent a nice evening on board Maria's boat, Joanna, eating freshly caught fish. A nice little party, the whole group of us. That was enjoyable. Now moving on, they're gonna follow later, but I'm down by this island. It's called Ortuga or something like that. It's spelled Auto-Q, so to me it's Auto-Q Island. Just about to round a headland. Gonna give it a wide berth because I'm not sure what the charts are not very good here. And under sail, only a bit 2 or 3 knots, but I'm not in any hurry today. This is as far as I'm going, and I set off at like 6:30 this morning, so all I'm looking for is a anchorage that doesn't jump and roll about. It's been a bit rolly the last few nights. Just want to relax and get some sleep tonight. A beautiful morning and an early start. I got nearly 40 nautical miles to go to get to the San Perlas Islands. That means I'm going to be up early. Tis incredibly beautiful here. All nice and cozy down there. Wish I could go back to bed, but I can't.
Unfortunately, it was an empty sea that I went into, empty of wind, nothing. 11 hours under engine in the hot sun. It was a long, long day.
Have the anchorage in sight, which is nice because I've just about had enough for the day. The end of what was quite a long day at anchor, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. It's just good to be stopped and enjoy the view. And it's the next morning, and you can see over there there's a squall coming in. Yes, and I'm on the move. There's a reason why that anchorage back there is not a designated anchorage. It was rather rolly and rough last night, and now we got winds from the south. Got the tablet up here with some charts on. Already I've seen a few rocks that are not actually on the chart, so I'm being very, very careful. This is a kind of a rocky place here. Normally it's very beautiful here, but just look at this gloom. It's just like Europe in the winter. Anyway, I'm going to try and get to this anchorage before this fellow hits. It's completely blanked out the hills in the background there, look. Must be rough. I keep getting hit in the head by a grapefruit up here. I had one of them abandon ship on me the other day. He leapt out of the net and went overboard. Anyway, seriously, I'm all red and sore from yesterday, so it's kind of nice that there's no sun at the moment. But I'm just having to watch this so carefully. Anyway, patience, stop loss shop. Patience. Anchored up, and you can see it's just a little bit swelly. Still very open to the sea here. I was going to go a bit further in, but I'm not sure about the depths. Love to take baby Shaddy and go exploring, but I think I better stay on board for the moment. Well, might as well make use of the wind. Got the wind catcher up, get some wind into the boat. It's really strange weather, really strange weather. I don't know when it's going to end. I need to get under the boat. The job I've got to do is I've got to clean the underside of the boat, and for that I need to dive under it. I'm doing free diving, so I don't want the boat bouncing around. Also, there's hellish currents here. You've got to be very careful. And the next thing that happened today was I got maggots in my eggs. No, yes, I opened up my eggs box, which I keep in a cooler box, and I have like a ice pack thing that I put in there to try and keep them cool. Because even it's just so hot here. I said the word hot. I'm not allowed to, am I? Yeah, they go bad, and one had cracked, and the maggots got. And I don't know how that box is sealed. How the maggots got in there, I do not know. It's a mystery. But the smell. Anyway, I washed a couple of them off and had some eggs for breakfast, so it's all right. Meanwhile, the rest of the fleet have arrived on scene. I was anchored a bit further over
and they said, come on over to where we are, we're having some island time. And I said, I'm cleaning my boat. I was anchored across the bay, and they stopped here, so I came over to join them, but they'd all disappeared. And I've got to do some work on the boat. Sun's going down, hard working day today, cleaning the bottom of the boat, off to a beach barbecue. Do I have everything? Popcorn, the buttered kind, bag full of stuff, beer, beach guitar, sunnies, even though it is going to be dark soon. It's bright now. Yeehaw indeed. There's a room for me. Personal knickknacks. Yeah, well, beer. And do we need beach guitar or not?
I'll take it back there.
Yoo-hoo! All yours. Hey, honey, take us to the zoo. What you doing?
Wet butt.
Go with a
Look, I
paddle.
didn't even get wet.
What you doing there, Mike?
Getting trashed. There's a ton of plastic. All this high tide line is kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
What first world problems have done to the third world.
Yep. Last time I was here, we found flip-flops. Now that looks your size.
Oh, it's close.
No, we're close.
Maybe
We'll
go for
keep.
it, yeah.
I'll put it there just in case.
Find me the other half.
Yeah. Everywhere you look. Last time I was in this area, the Perlis Islands, it was the same thing. A lot of garbage on the beaches. It gets washed here by the current, so it's not stuff that's gone into the water and onto the beaches here from the Perlis. It's washed here from other places, and it's a shame. It just shows you what a worldwide problem this is. All of it is plastic, non-biodegradable plastic.
Here, filmer.
Wow, look at that. That's plastic bottles, is it? Whoa.
I think we should have like the really sad look for this one.
Nasty.
This is pathetic, yeah.
Righty hoi, we are in motion against fighting against plastic pollution of the oceans, and today we did a little garbage pickup on the beach, a little bit of a beach cleanup, so all of this doesn't end up in our oceans. And let's get in motion.
In Motion is organised by Nika and Maria from White Spot Pirates and do beach cleanups. If you're interested in that, you can contact them through their website. Shame, because we could have. I could have had to go about there somewhere. I'm gonna get now. Yeah, they're way down there. I wish I could. Yeah, they're way down there. Normally it's very beautiful here, but yeah,